Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LA. How are you? You made it to Friday. You're still in town? Unlike Nancy, she's very, very upset because she usually leaves on Thursday. She has that private jet ready to just fly her back to San Francisco. So she has to stay in Washington and work this weekend. Oh, the horrid. If you don't know, there's no deal. There's no deal because of us. No deal on the second stimulus check of the second stimulus package. No deal about the amount. No deal about the provisions. No deal about anything. Why? Because of us. Mitch McConnell is singularly the voice that came up with the idea of a $600 stimulus check. He came up with the idea of a $600 stimulus check to save his butt. I just make it about as simple as I can. No joke. And now he sees the backlash about the number and understands the number may not pass muster and may not pass. And as you start a Friday morning, you were supposed to have a deal, a bill written, an approval in the House of Representatives, and a landing in the Senate yesterday. You have none of the above. But you do have me, you do have you. We have this incredible community, and we're going to get through the finish line together, and we're almost there. This is an amazing recording of Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. How are you? The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here. And guess what? You're not being stuck yet with a $600 stimulus check. Why? Because we were very loud and vocal with hashtag Senate Vote Now, Vote No. Hashtag Senate Vote No trended online, not Thursday, but Wednesday night. And by Thursday, it was just lit. 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 tweets, hashtag Senate Vote No. Mitch McConnell must have a migraine from all the tweets he's getting from you. And he certainly sees them, and certainly his press secretary and his communications director, because boy, the messaging is very loud and clear. How dare you try to give us a watered down stimulus check and bail out big business and corporate America with PPP and airline and restaurant and hotel money at top dollar, and we're getting a watered down stimulus check? No. How about I give you stale toast for breakfast? How would you like that? If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, because this is the power of this community. This community is making history. This community is making changes in national legislation. This community is pushing people to do things they don't want to do because they are uncomfortable, lazy, or don't care, or all of the above. And this is the Purple Power community. Please subscribe, because this is something different than you've ever seen anywhere online. We're actually pushing to get things done. We've done it before. We've reached incredible accomplishments. The reason why you're here today is because of this push, but we're not finished yet. They may ultimately try to slap us in the face with $600. So today is a major push. Also, like this video. Over there is an instant premiere. And as an instant premiere, you can chat along while watching this Friday broadcast. It's a 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time show. And there's another one at the 6:30 edition. Chat along, communicate with your friends, talk about your hashtag campaigns. Remember, it's hashtag Senate Vote No, hashtag House Vote No. Communicate about what you think about what's going on. And ultimately, you know why this community works. You know why this community is so tight, because we have the same care thoughts. There is literally, we look at a given day and we see the comments from one another. You almost see no difference of from blue to black or green or yellow, because everything looks the same message. Stimulus checks, make them robust, make them logical, make them economically normal. Don't give us bad FPUC, don't get rid of FPUC retro. And you can't really, the messaging is so clear and consistent and universal among the viewers that it becomes so powerful. And with that, there's so much to hit this morning, so let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news, as you said this morning, is that this is Friday. The federal government shuts down tonight. And by some accounts, it's actually going to get shut down. The new reports out last night suggested that they're not going to do a stopgap. They're not going to do extension. They're not going to extend this for a week or a day or a few days, because Why? Because they're probably not going to get that approved. People are so upset about the situation that they're likely not going to approve an extension which requires a House vote, a Senate vote, and a White House signature. They may not get that. So the plan is to just avoid the situation and stay under a shutdown for a day, 2 days, or 3 days and get it done. This is the plan. Their plan so far has not worked. This is their plan. Their plan is to let the government go to shutdown tonight, and then stay in town Saturday and Sunday, which is like Nancy Pelosi's worst nightmare. She leaves town on Thursday at 5 o'clock, gets on that jet. It's like, I can't wait to get some $12 ice cream from that $20,000 refrigerator in San Francisco. When is the plane landing? I'm just dying for some $12 ice cream. Mitch is like, I can't wait to get back to Kentucky and get some lobster out of, wherever he has the lobsters in Kentucky. It's just, the swimming lobsters in the ocean. There's no ocean in Kentucky, but he has lobsters somewhere. And so they're just really upset they got to stay in town to work. And why are they staying in town? Because of you. All throughout yesterday, I had sensed it was because of you, but I wasn't sure. And then late last night, the reports hit. You saw them on Evenings LALATE. Boy. The report said that the reason why they don't have a deal is because of the stimulus check amount. Why? Because it's a bad amount. Who came up with this crap idea? Ironically, it was not the problem creators. We now know it came from Mitch. Yeah, really, Mitch. Which is sort of a mixed bag. So the problem creators did not have the audacity to even offer you a penny for a stimulus check. Can you imagine? But Mitch McConnell said, I need to give them a stimulus check. Those people, whoever they are, I got to give them the stimulus check because otherwise I'm going to lose those 2 Senate races in Georgia. Well, on Wednesday, I got you to get that messaging loud and clear to Mitch. You know what? You're really going to lose those 2 Senate seats in Georgia. If you think we're happy with a friggin' $600 stimulus check, I mean, just, you got to wake up and smell the lobster sauce. This is where it is, and this is where it's going on, Mitch. What happened was viewers understood that hotels have gotten massive stimulus since March. Airlines have gotten $50 billion and now another $50 billion. And restaurants cannot be given any more top dollar, 2 million here and 2 million there and 2 million here and 2 million there. All they get is top dollar. And what do you get? Well, if we have some money left over, we'll give you some crumbs. We'll give you $600 some crumbs. We can't give you a lot of money because we got to give a lot of money to those restaurants first. It was a day of people realizing that people just don't care about people anymore. Did you notice it? It was a day in which you just sort of heard stuff that's like, does anyone not care about people anymore? Now, you and I care about people. The volunteers care about people. You care about people. I care about people. I fight tooth and the nail every single day to try to get you money. The very first day in which I pressed record on this channel of April 25th, I recorded because people were not getting EIDLs. I fought to get their EIDL, answering every single question they could figure out about why am I not getting my EIDL. I'm going to figure this out for you so you get your EIDL. I was there working to get the money. You're here working to get your friends in the chat the stimulus check that you're owed. The volunteers are working to get you rent and food and state stimulus. This community is all working for another. How about other people? Well, Elizabeth Warren spoke about the need for a stimulus check of $1,200, but has she done anything about it? No. AOC had talked about the need for a stimulus check of $1,200, but has she done anything about it? No. And then the U.S. Progressives, which is Twitter at U.S. Progressives, had said, well, we're not going to agree to anything unless it's a stimulus check. And then when they heard the $600 stimulus check, did they do anything about it? No. Do people not care about people anymore? During this pandemic, you've seen a realm of selfishness, which I have never seen before. Yesterday, Amazon and Uber just absolutely came within my firing range. You saw why. Because Uber and Amazon asked the federal government to be prioritized for the vaccine before senior citizens. Excuse me? So the kid that picks me up from the club at 2 o'clock when I'm drunk, who just got out of college and is driving drunk people in and out of the club at 2 o'clock in the morning, he gets a priority to get a vaccine before the 95-year-old elderly senior citizen who needs his vaccine to ensure that she stays alive. I don't know when this narrative of fakeness started in this country. Bernie Sanders was all over the place. He was folding like a lawn chair yesterday. He would say in the morning that $1,200 stimulus check, we're not going to go home unless there's a $1,200 stimulus check. And then by noon, he's like, $600 is really good. Excuse me? And then there's Joe Biden. Joe Biden said this is a down payment for what's going to come in January. A down payment for what? Now, I could literally record 55 minutes about that word down payment because I just have a lot of opinions about it. But here are the major opinions. One, Joe Biden has never had I almost cursed, has never had the gusto to actually debut his multiple stimulus check proposal. We have never heard it. As soon as VP Harris was picked as the VP pick, she never once again mentioned her $2,000 a month for every month, at least 6 month stimulus check bill. Never ever spoke about it. So Joe Biden's promising multiple stimulus checks. How much? We don't know. When does it start? We don't know. How long ago? We don't know. When is he going to tell us? We don't know. Has he told us any details? No. He just says there's going to be multiple stimulus checks. So we're going to have a down payment on something you don't even want to have the strength to tell us about. And so as you sit here today, who's fighting for you? Except you and me and the volunteers. Who's fighting for you? I'd like to know. I'd really like to know. And it just seems like people want to jump in front of us at every 10 seconds, whether it's a hotel or a restaurant. The great news as you start the new morning is that you're very vocal because I'm very vocal. You're very vocal. And your messaging is really shocking them. It's shocking them because they were not prepared for this. The week started with no stimulus check. The week started with the prom creators patting themselves on the back. Oh my God, I did such a good job. Oh my God, I did such a good job. That's what they were doing. Staying in front of Capitol Hill, kissing themselves. Oh my God, I'm so wonderful. Where's my mirror? I want to look at myself. I'm so wonderful. Standing on top of the Capitol Hill, kissing themselves. I'm just, social distancing, kissing themselves. I've just done such a wonderful job. And we're like, excuse me? Of course, last night someone appeared on Joy Reid and said, I want to thank Nancy Pelosi for her leadership in really getting this done, this wonderful thing. Excuse me? Yeah. What is that? Was a joke. Yeah, that was, you're being sarcastic. Of course, you're being sarcastic. Because, Nancy Pelosi turned down a $400 stimulus, $400 FPUC offer in July, which would have given you about $18,000 now. And instead of $18,000 FPUC retro, she's giving you zero. So you really want to thank her for her leadership on getting you zero instead of $18,000. It takes a lot of effort to go from 18 to zero. So thank you, Nancy, for your incredible achievements today. And then when Mitch McConnell offered you $300 a week FPUC in the HEALS Act, his bill in May, you turned it down and said $300 is an insult. We'll never do $300. $600 or else. Don't come back to me unless you have exactly $600. Well, she turned that down. That was $9,000. Instead, now she's giving you zero. So today you're looking at the face of a bill that has that has no agreement on the stimulus check amount, but a proposal of $600, no agreement on the FPC, but a proposal of nothing retroactive. So you are to applaud Nancy Pelosi for getting you zero and not getting you 14,000 when it was offered. Thank you, Nancy. You just done such a good. It's that type of lack of caring. And it's compounded with the fact that when news reporters asked Nancy Pelosi, do you think you're going to get this done Thursday? I mean, the deadline's Saturday, Friday. Are you going to stay in town, Nancy? Her response was, she doesn't want to leave. She wants to get out of town on Wednesday. I mean, I don't work a 4-day week. What's going on here? So where are we today? Where you are to start the new day is that hashtag Senate vote now. No, hashtag House vote no needs to trend all day long. Today is D-Day. Today is D-Day. There is no bill as you start this early morning. There is no agreement. They could change that by the heartbeat. You want them not to change anything. You also want to understand that Nancy may try to write up something that makes no sense and pass it in the House. Be prepared for that. She's done that before. When there's no agreement, she just goes and writes something. And they're like, oh yeah, of course, let's pass something that no one's agreed upon. And then we could just say, Mitch is killing people. There's a poster. Mitch is killing people. We passed a bill that no one wants. It'll never pass the Senate, but Mitch is killing people. And I'll see you at lunch. That's Nancy. what I encourage you to do is stay focused, stay positive, stay informed, stay motivated, and really keep your spirit of helping one another. This channel from day one has been helping one another. I have seen a level of lack of help across industries, lack of help from other places. And when you sit back and you say, why is Congress doing so little for us? Because I've seen a trend across the country where people just don't help people anymore. They literally don't help people. And the more powerful the medium you have, the more you should help people. You really should. If you have a powerful medium and you have a lot of people listening to you, you should use your power for good. You shouldn't use your power to just, brush your hair and gloss your lips like I do before I go on camera. But I mean, beyond that, you should really use your power of your medium to get the messaging out loud and clear. And so for Bernie Sanders yesterday to say $600 is good, Bernie, you have how many Twitter followers? Like 5 million, 3 million? I don't know. He has a lot. He's a household name. For you to come out and say that something is good when it's bad is not using your medium, is not using your voice. Your voice is, we're going to reject this, we're going to fight against this, we're going to push against this, we're going to push to the very end, the last second. Instead, he folded like a chair. Senator Josh Hawley today will call for an up or down vote in the Senate. An up and down vote in the Senate today on his $1,200 check, on his $1,200 bill. Bernie Sanders is not involved with that. See, you see where one person is doing stuff for you and another one is just, there we go again. So stay for the details on that and the impact of Josh's vote. Stay with me at 6:30 because I'm going to go over that coming up next on Early Mornings LA. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.